Um, this is a Paragon tutorial, and I want to show you guys how Paragon works and stuff like that. So, real quick, the game is going to go ahead. I'm versing AIs right now. I'm going to show you everything, how it all works and everything, okay? So, real quick, let me get that off the screen real quick. There we go. Alright, so, here, first thing we're going to do is, when you're on, you can only do this whenever you're at your base up here. You can't do it when you're down here, when you're around here. You can only do it when you're around here, and, like, when you're on top of this thing right here, when that pops up. And now what you do is you press the big button in your middle, your touchpad. You press that, and it brings up this when you first start. Now you have your deck of cards, you know. What I normally go with is Damage Grux, because he's just, everything's damage. On him, until they probably nerf his health or something like that. But, here's how I normally start it. I normally go with a mana potion, which just helps out your mana. I'll show you what that is in a minute. And your health bar, I'll show you what that is in a minute. And then you got the Wind Curve Blade, which, if you see right there, it says physical damage and attack speed. Now, you see those 3 slots right there, those 3 circles? Now, I can only, in this card, I can only place either attack speed, kinetic attack, or including this vicious kinetic, which is attack speed, or I can place major strike, which is physical damage. And there are, like, stuff like strike, you can place that in there. And then you got this one, which I need to take this off because I found out this one is better than I was using this, but you can place physical, this is physical damage and attack speed. Same thing, you place that, but this one right down here is physical damage and crit chance. Now, don't think crit chance is not worth it. Trust me, that's how you're going to get your damage in late game. Once you start getting into the later game, about mid game really, is when I do my critical damage. Critical damage, what it does is it like multiplies. It gives you double damage every hit, and I usually get it up to about 50%. And with my attack speed, I'm hitting super fast. So every 2 hits, I'm getting about 500 damage. And then like late game, like later game, where you're max level in the game and stuff like that, then that's when you start doing like 700 damage every 2 hits, you know. And real quick, I'm gonna go over the just what you see on your screen. All right, if you look down at the bottom of the screen, you see that number 3. That is my skill level, and you level that up by killing enemies and minions and stuff. And you see the number 1 down there. That is my level in game. Okay, not the level, not my whole entire level, but just in game level. That is, you level up, and then what you do with those levels, your in-game levels, you level these up. Now you got a variety. What I normally go with is I go with smash and grab, and that's this right here. What it does, anything in that cone right there, it damages them and it brings them to me. And then you got double pain, chop, warlord challenge, charge, and now the warlord challenge, that is your triangle, that's your high level, that's like your high damage one. Your chop, that's this one right here. I hit super slow right now, but later we'll get this up. And then let's see what else. There's the double pain, which it just takes both of my my hammers right here, and it just does like a cross in the middle. Whatever in the middle I'm aiming at, it just goes bam, and it like double damage. Then you got the charge, which that makes you just charge like out of distance, and you can charge at people and do damage, or you can. I usually use it to get away from when I've taken too much damage. And then if you look right there at the very bottom, the yellow bar, the yellowish greenish bar, that's your health. Same thing for the number. You see the number 1 at the screen right there, right below Grouch 444. The blue bar is your health. And the purple bar is your mana. Now, to get those on here, I believe you have to go over to, let's see, is it gameplay? I believe it's like gameplay, or something like that. Regions. I don't remember how you get that on there, but that's that's just your health and mana right there. And now your mana, your regular attack, this attack doesn't use up mana, but something like this, you notice that purple bar, it just went down a little bit, but I'm standing up on here. So and when you're on the base, your health recharges rapidly, and your mana, they both recharge really fast. All right, and that's only whenever you're at the base. Now on here, I'll show you more about that. I might have to go into a new game, because if you look, these guys are all level 5 and stuff, and they're level 6 and stuff, so they're going to be way too high of a level for me. But real quick, I'm going to show you the towers. If you look up in the top right hand corner, that's my mini map. Right here, this is my core, and we have to defend that. And then these 3 inner towers right here, that one, and that one, those, I'll tell you real quick, these are the these are lanes. These are called lanes. That is left lane, middle lane, and right lane. These 3 towers, these inner towers, are inhibitor towers. These can't make it where your core cannot be damaged, and the enemy can't spawn super minions. Now minions are these little guys right here. We all have them. The enemy has them, but they're reddish, kind of orangish. And and then you got these regular towers right here, which are those up there. These things are the crystals to the towers, which is like its life source, its heart. If you destroy those, the towers don't damage you. Whenever you step in an enemy tower, I'm gonna try to get around this guy and show you what happens when you step in an enemy tower. It'll damage you, and it doesn't just do it like super fast. You'll see here. Let me see if I can get around her. That's Muriel. I believe she's the angel bitch. These are the enemy minions. They damage you, they'll shoot at you. And then this right here, see that? And see how it damages me? And see, it does more damage more times it gets to shoot you. See, it did 600 damage, full damage with it. I don't have much health because I'm level 1. And the more you level up, the more your health bar gets bigger and bigger. Right now, I only have like a 1/10 of a bar of health. See how he has 3 health? He's a tank though. I'm like a fighter type tank person. If you want to watch the tutorials on the, Alright, sorry, I was just checking something. If you want to watch the tutorials on all the stuff, you go on the main menu, and I'll show you back here. You go back here, you end here. Well, actually, yeah, let me leave here. And I'll show you where you can go make your decks and everything while we're on here. And that was just AI. I would not suggest when you're playing versus player, don't be a dick and don't fucking leave. And don't surrender. I'll show you that in a minute. I forgot to show you that. Don't surrender. I don't like surrendering. It's not cool. Don't give up. Let me tell you a story real quick. My team was trying to surrender, okay? Our core was at 1% of health. The core health will come up on your screen once the inhibitor towers are down. But when my core health was at 1% and their health was at like 39%, we took the game back and we won. So don't ever surrender. That's just a tip. You can always take the game back. Never quit, never stop. Don't leave the game unless you have to. You gotta go somewhere or something happens. Just don't leave it. Try to stay in it as long as possible, unless it's an emergency. And obviously, over here real quick, if you look over here, right here, my Grux is red because I got the Challenger Founders Pack, which in order to play the game, you have to buy one of these packs. Now, this right here is going to be $100, but there's 2 more other packs. One is 20, one is 60, and this one's 100. I bought the 21 originally, then I got the $60 one, but it was only 40 bucks. So whenever you buy a lower one, this will go down even more. This won't go down even more than that though, because there's no more others to buy, and that's just the lowest that'll go. But if you want to watch the tutorials on how to play a character, then you can go over here and click on the tutorial. This is a new character, Severog. I haven't played him really that much. Played him just this morning. I've been really stuck on him. Now, Grux is overpowered, I will say that, but I like him. He's just fun to play as late game. Early game, you can stop Grux. If you get him early game, if you keep him away from leveling up, then it's pretty much the game is fucked for him. So that's just a tip on how to stop Grux. decks. This is where you go to make all your decks. If you see, I'm a damage whore. Okay, I like damage, so you'll see a lot of damage Fangmao. This is main Gideon, main Kalari. It's like the main stuff means it's just all around, meaning it's got attack speed, damage, health, everything on there. You know, crit. I'm not sure if I put crit on there. This is main Grux. I always use damage on Grux, so because that's just what he's good with. There's a main Rampage, main Gadget, main damage Kalari. I'll go in a game and I'll show you. Oh yeah, let me see, where's that? Over here. If you come over here, you can look. This is your time played. I've played 2 days and 8 hours, which it's like 48 hours. No, that's like 56 hours. And this is total games played, 95. Total wins, 48. And don't ever take the wins at granted like that, because it's a total team-based game. So if your team's fucking up, that means, like, if your team's fucking up, then you're gonna fuck up. There's nothing you can do about that. So I would never look at somebody's wins and their total games at once, because you just don't know what type of team they've been playing with, how their internet, when they get kicked out, and stuff like that. And if your team surrenders and stuff like that. So tower takedowns, 173, inhibitor towers, 166. You get the idea. So this is where you want to see all your statistics on how long you've been playing the game. I am level 21 on here. Oh yeah, over here, you see that little number right there? I'm saving that. That's 101,000. I forgot what the currency is called. Whatever it's called. I forgot the technical name for it. But that's how much I got. And what you do with those is you buy card packs, which you buy these card packs and you come over, let me see, you come right here and it'll say open card pack. And you click on that and you'll have a card pack to open, and then you'll get like 6 different cards that have unique stuff in them, you know, different stuff. I suggest saving it, okay? When you save it, the highest card you can get now is uncommon, okay? You want to save it until probably you get legendary and exotics and stuff like that type cards. I don't know the technical names for them all, but I'd save this currency up here. And to buy each card pack, it is 10,500. So that's how much it costs. All right, we're gonna go jump in a game here. I'm gonna go do solo AI so I can show you the experience of the game. I won't do too much. Gotta find the game now. It is beta, so whenever it's not gonna be this quick, and it's gonna have to search for a teammate. So don't expect for it to go fast, you know, because it can take you a little while. And don't back out and go back in. Stay in there with the group. You'll find people over time. It really does not make a difference if you leave and go back in. Let's see what else. It's loading. All right. Now this is what the starting screen looks like. Now that number right there can be at 105, like 120. So don't be shocked when that happens. It's just taking the game longer to load. Now you got these players. These are all AIs. So what I do is I go smash and grab, and then I go over here. I go damage Grux, go confirm. And I go up here. I do the mana potion, and then do the health potion. You get 3 of those, and you see those little white bars next to the mana and the health potion? That's how many I've got of each. If you want to replenish those, what you do is you click right hand thumbstick, and it'll do this, and it's a timer on it. And whenever you take damage, it stops you from doing that. And it's called recalling or teleporting, and you teleport back to your base. Anyways, we're gonna go with let's see. I need to read the names. I can't tell. That's Decker. Really, with a melee guy, you want someone like Murdoch. You want Decker. You don't want to go with another melee guy like Sevrog or something like that. You can go Twin Blaster. In my opinion, Twin Blaster isn't that good though. In a fight. So I'm gonna go with Decker here. Sparrow's good to go with. Decker's good. Having a late game. Murdoch's really good. He just does a lot of damage. Alright, kill her. Alright, she's dead. And then all that stuff right there is what you use to level up your the left hand orangish, yellowish number right there. That's your skill level. And you use skill points to put in cards and stuff like that. I'll show you when I get some more. You just gotta hit these guys, and then as you're sitting here fighting these guys, you're gonna want to try to get the last hit. But it's hard late. See, yep. See these guys, and whenever you get the last hit, you get more XP and more just more experience and everything. And that's the smash and grab right there. Just smash it on him. So you see all this stuff that came out? That's more skill points and more XP and stuff like that. And see, she got it, but I got the same amount she did. That's how they do it. Alright, now my skill rises. So what I do is I do double pain. You see down there at the bottom? Now that's a button I use. The double pain is this. Right there. That just crosses them and it does like double damage. It's really good for when I get these. I don't want to step in that tower. See the number above this crystal right there? That's how many of my minions are on there. And now, if you damage a enemy while on there, not one of these guys, a player while on there, you the tower will start shooting you. It'll get off the minions and it'll start shooting you. So don't attack them while you're on there and stuff like that. So, and that right there is one of her moves, and that does damage. She just shoots like a bunch of arrows up into the air, and she can aim it if she wants to go. And right there, she has double pin to 60 damage. Now, trust me, later game that's gonna be like 500 damage. You know, it's just. And then if you notice, I'm level 2 now. I'm level 3. Alright, so what I'll do is I'll be charged. And charge is this. See that right there, that line? It goes up to the end of that, and you can use that to get away. Now watch, I'll show you a little combo here. I can get him in, there we go. Bring him closer, and then wham. And it does all the same amount of damage to all of them. So it's really good. Later game, like when you're doing the same amount of damage, that'll one-shot them all. See, now I'm going to have to teleport back because I'm not getting any health regen. If you notice how many bars of health I've got now, I've got like 3. That's just because I'm going up the level. So I'm going to teleport back. And each guy's got its own little animation. And I've got the red Grux, because I've said this before, I've got the red Grux because I got the challenger pack. And the red Grux has got white eyes, not just regular eyes. So he looks cool, looks like a demon. So what I'm going to do, if you see, I've got 4 out of 6. The 6 is like the max you can get at the current time. I don't know why they put it on there. But the 4, if you notice, if you want to see something, it's if you look at like right there in that box right there, it says cost 3 at the very top right hand corner. Cost 3. It's going to use 3 of those points up there to place this in a slot. And now you see that at the bottom, that's the slots I use. And then I just click R3, and there you go. It just put it in there, and then the slots I'll put this in there, and then I'll put these 2 in there, and that'll give me a shit ton more fucking attack speed. So we'll keep going down here, and we'll just keep going. And then if you want to talk to your people, talk to the people in your group and stuff on PS4, unless you got like a USB and then a keyboard, all you can do is you press L1, and then you get these. You can go general, which is that stuff, and you say on my way, which lets you know, or if you have to go back to base, you just be right back. Or if you want to tell them defend left lane, defend left lane. Or if you want to defend right lane, you get the gist. Or if you want to defend the core, combat, retreat. If you're telling your guys like get back, you're taking too much damage, or you got some more guys coming in, or some people are coming up behind you, Or if an enemy just misses, runs off into the jungle, you say enemy missing, and it tells them, oh shit, alright, watch my back. Get the last hit, yeah, there you go. See that last hit, see all that XP we get from it, versus just two little of those XP balls. Oh, that's there. Teleport back. Now, once he teleports back, we can go in here and start doing damage to this crystal. And now that we leveled up, you can level your ability more than once. Now usually right about there, so you know we need to get off this thing. See how it's targeting me? Now it just does a little bit of damage the first shot, kind of like a warning shot, telling you to get off. And then the next one's gonna do a shit ton more damage, and the next one's gonna do a lot of damage. Now we can go back on here. Oh, and I'll teach you that in a minute. What you see me do when I'm running, that's called travel mode. You can only go into travel mode. Alright, if you press X and let me see, L2 at the same time, it does this, and then it makes me let me sprint. If you see me, I'm sprinting. And you can't sprint while like doing damage and stuff. And whenever you're in travel mode, you take damage from a player, not one of these guys. Not one of these guys. If you take, it doesn't matter what happens. But if you take damage from a player while in this, you it does it'll do a it'll root you to the ground if you take damage while you're in this mode right here. And what that means is just like these lines come out of the ground and they stick you in the ground and you can't move for a certain amount of time. And it's quite a bit of time. It's only a couple seconds, but a couple seconds can determine life or death. There you go. Now this is the early game. Early game's really slow and everything. But you'll see. Now I'm level 5, alright? Now this is when the shit gets crazy. Watch it. I can't walk in there. There's a Flurry she's doing a backflip. So now she can go invisible, so you have to be careful. What I want to do is I want to try to get her to come up here. And then this is my super right here. I do a shit ton more damage. Oh, see. She's invisible. Once she sees you do that, she'll go invisible. So she'll get out of there. Flurry is like the more difficult one to use. I know how to use her pretty well. I've just had experience with her. You have to, like, if you don't run with people from her, then you're not gonna live. So you have to run from her. Don't say, no, I'm gonna fight him. No, you have to run with her once you get to a certain point. Nope. Just went neutral. And if you look up there, I've got a cooldown on my shit. Your ultimate is going to take the longest cooldown. It can take up to 120 seconds, which is 2 minutes. And then this right here, if you notice, it's just like 1 second, you know. And later game, that's going to be something. If you notice, it says right there, unspent skill points towards the bottom left-hand corner. Yeah, we're about to kill this one. Alright, you know this, we kill it, and then here's a little tip. Also, don't try to push it. Don't just trust me on that, guys. Don't try and pushing it, because once you kill that tower, you're gonna have everybody come towards you. You're gonna have, not everybody, but you're gonna have probably 2 or 3, at least 1 to 2 people are gonna come over here and see what's going on and try to stop you from pushing up. And they're gonna gank you, which means they're gonna kill you, and they're both gonna attack you at the same time, and you're gonna die fast. Now, later game, me as Grux, this is one of the reasons why Grux is OP. Later game, I can take on probably about 3 guys, which is not supposed to happen. I don't think it is anyways, but that might actually be true, because in the tutorial, they call him a fighter. So he's the guy that's going to be always up in their face, damaging them and killing them fast and just keeping them back. That's what Grux is. Now, I will say he is overpowered, but honestly, I don't care if he gets nerfed or not. A lot of people might want him nerfed. If you do get him nerfed, I understand. He's an overpowered motherfucker. But if you don't, then hopefully turn with that too. Now, see, that's what that's good for. Is when they run away like that. Now, you gotta get good at timing that, okay? If they get out of that cone on the ground, then it won't pull them back. But once you get good at it, you know when the distance, how far they're running and how fast they are, then, you see how much faster I'm hitting too? That's from the kinetic. That's a good tip right there too. Whenever with a lot of people just go for straight damage on jump. I suggest going attack speed because later game, I don't care how much damage you got, I'm gonna be doing crit and I'm gonna so you can go all strike and all major strikes if you remember from that last. See how they just rooted me right there? Because I went in travel mode. Oh yeah, that's also something that I suggest doing. Whenever you see my chop down there, that's your main attack. Always level first.